Hello everyone! Today I want to recreate a nail set that I already did. I'll put it up on screen right here. But I want to make it Valentine's Day themed since Valentine's Day is coming up and people want to have some cute nails on Valentine's Day, and I thought this would be the perfect design to turn into like a Valentine's Day color palette. So if this is even just for inspo, that's great. I would love to see any recreations of it. I'll leave my socials down below so you can tag me. I would love to see. But yeah, let's get started with this design. And we're going to be doing Gel-X, so I'm going to walk through the prep, application, and then the design. So let's get started. I'll have some timestamps so that you can skip around to any part that you need, but we're first going to get started with prep. And these are the tools I'm going to be using. In here I have some cuticle nippers, a cuticle pusher, and then some nail trimmers. But I don't actually think I'm gonna trim my nails because I kind of like this length that I have. It like helps protect the glue from like going even more into the underside of my fingers. But if yours are too long and you want to trim them down, then that should be your first step. I'm also going to be using a nail drill so that I can use a nail flame bit. This just helps push your cuticles back even more. Okay, since I like the length that my nails are at, I'm just gonna grab my cuticle pusher and I'm gonna start pushing back my cuticles. And while I'm pushing back my cuticles, I just wanted to ask if anyone has watched the new season of Bridgerton. Well, I'm guessing some of you guys have since it came out yesterday. But I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts because I was listening to the audiobook while I was filming this video. And I'm really enjoying the adaptation so far. There are some things that I wish they would have like stayed true to the book. Okay, now that I've pushed back my cuticles, I'm gonna move on to the nail drill. Oh, it's already unlocked. Okay, now I'm gonna have it in forward and I'm only gonna put it into 3. And then when you're in forward, you're gonna be on your left side of your nail. But I do like that they made Benedict be more of a gentleman and not ask Sophie to be her mistress so much, because that was like so excessive in the book when I was listening to it. Like I was actually so surprised. Like I'm glad they toned that down. Okay, now that I've done the left side, I'm gonna go into reverse and do the right side. But if you watch the end of episode 4, this is the spoiler alert. But even though I already knew it was gonna happen, I was still so heartbroken over him asking her to be his mistress. Like I felt so bad for Sophie at that part. Like, oh, my heart broke for her for real. So please let me know your guys' thoughts about Bridgerton down below. I would love to have some discussions about Bridgerton. As you can see, I'm only pushing against my cuticles. I'm not trying to touch the nail plate, especially on the side right here. I just am trying to push and smooth out this cuticle part. Okay, now I'm going to take my cuticle nippers and we're going to be taking off this extra dead skin that we have right here. And if this is your first time doing this, I definitely recommend watching a separate tutorial that might show it a little bit better. But if you don't feel comfortable doing this step at all, you can just move on to the next one and it'll be completely fine. But if you do want to do this step, just take it very slowly and carefully and watch some tutorials first. And if one of them starts to hurt while you're cutting it, just stop it and then move on to the next nail, and you can always come back to that one, or you can just leave it alone. Especially if it starts to hurt too much, then I recommend stopping and just moving on. This is how my cuticles are looking now that they're all trimmed up. But now I'm just going to be taking this cotton pad and some 70% isopropyl alcohol and just pouring it up here so that I can clean my nail beds. Okay, now that nail prep is done, we can move on to Gel-X application. I'm going to be going in with this peel off base coat from Beetles. Since I'm a nail content creator, I have to take off these nails shortly after this video. But if you're wanting the Gel-X to last a little bit longer, you're going to want to go in with the nail dehydrator and a nail primer. But the nail dehydrator is just going to make sure that there's no oil on your nails, and then the nail primer is just going to prep your nails for any other application that you're doing. I just cured the first coat for a full 60 seconds, and then I'm just going to go in with the second coat. And now that the peel off base coat is fully cured, we can move on to choosing our nail tip sizes. And I'm going to be using a Praise Gel-X line. I like to use their natural almond long, and this box is their 14 sizes because it offers more a variety of sizes. And now I'm going to show you guys how to choose the correct sizes for your nail tips. So you're just going to want to take one that looks relatively close to what it would fit, and then you can press down a little bit, but you don't want to be having to press down too much to make it fit sidewall to sidewall. Just a little pressure is fine, but if you're having to press down really hard to make it fit, then that's not the correct size for your nail. And then once you have all the sizes chosen out, just go ahead and choose them and put them aside for now. The nail glue I like to use to apply my nail tips is from Beetles. I think this one does a really good job. I have good retention with it, and it's a good cheap option if you're just starting out, so I definitely recommend this one. I first like to apply a slip layer of glue on my nail. This just helps the glue spread a lot better when you're applying the nail tip. And now I'm just taking nail glue and applying it to the inside of the nail tip. And since I don't have a touch sensitive nail lamp, I have to turn it on right before I apply the nail tip. But you're gonna just want to try to get it as close to the nail cuticle as you can, and then cure it for a few seconds. Okay, as you can see, the nail glue didn't fully reach to the top of my nails, and I did that on purpose because the nail tips that I'm using are the natural ones from Opre when I should be using the sculpted ones, because as you can see, my nail beds at the top, they curve a lot more down, and so when I'm trying to fit a nail tip, I have a lot more space to fill in at the top. And so if I try to make it parallel to the nail tip, the nail cuticle at the top is going to lift right here, and it's going to cause flooding around the area with nail glue. So what I have to do is I have to focus on making sure the application in this area is correct and parallel at that center like this, and then I can focus on filling in this area, and I'll show you how I do that right now. All I do is I take the nail glue and I make sure there's a good amount on there, and then I just let it go and drip down from here, and then just let it drip down into there. And then if you have too much excess like I did, you can just wipe it away, and then once you have it filled it all the way up to the top of your nail, just cure it like usual. And don't hold it under the flash cure lamp for those full 20 seconds. Go like in and out every few seconds because it's gonna start to like hurt your fingernail. And then if it hurts too much, just start rubbing your nail bed like this and then just let it cool down, and then you can go back to curing it. And once you're done applying all the nail tips, you're gonna wanna bring out your big full cure lamp and put it under there for a full 60 seconds because you don't want any uncured gel under these nails before we start applying any other gel on top of them. And now that they're fully cured, we can move on to prepping these for polish. Okay, and this is what we're gonna need to prep our nail tips. You're gonna want a nail file and then some sanding bands. These are 240 grit sanding bands. And then I use 2 different sizes. This one covers more surface, but this one allows you to get to the cuticle a lot closer. Since it's a lot smaller, it lets you go right up to the cuticle. But this one will just like help you sand down everything a lot faster. So I definitely recommend having both sizes. But if you just want to choose one size, I definitely recommend just going with the smaller one so that you can get up and close to the cuticle, which will help seal the cuticle a little bit later when we're putting acetone on it. And then also if you have a dust collector, then I recommend bringing that out as well. I really like the noise these make when they shake around. I just want to show you guys. And the first size I'm going to be using is a smaller one. I want to show you guys exactly what we're going to be filing off. We're going to be filing off just the extra thickness from the nail tip at the cuticle area. So it makes it look like a flush, smooth look from the cuticle area to the nail tip, and it looks like your actual nail. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking it at like a parallel angle. You don't want to be drilling into your nail like this. Just have it flat like that. And you're gonna be right there at the edge. When you're moving from this way, you're gonna be in forward. When you're moving to the left, you guys are just gonna wanna be filing off right there with this angle and keeping it parallel to the nail. Don't be digging in, just have it parallel so that you can file this down correctly without creating any rings of fire. And then when I'm moving to the right, when I'm going this way, we're going to be going in reverse. Right, reverse, left is forward. And I'm only going to be going up to 4 RPM. Okay, now that I'm done sanding down the cuticle area, I'm going to switch to the bigger drill bit so that I can start filing down the rest of the nail tip. I'm going to be in forward for the first go, and I'm going to go back to 4 RPM. Okay, now I'm going to switch to a reverse and then go back to 4 and just do the other side that I missed. I like to get like a regular nail file and just file the tip of the nails and shape them exactly how I want them to. I have better control when using this and using the electric e-file, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm getting some lint-free nail wipes and my with my pump acetone one and just wiping it down. Okay, now that that's done, we can get into the cuticle sealing, which is just dipping a brush into acetone and then going around your cuticle area just like this. It's gonna really help blend everything out. Okay, before we start on the design, I want to put up a picture of the design we're going to be doing today. I drew it up on Procreate so that if you guys want to do the other hand, you guys have a reference to what I would personally do on the other hand. If you don't want it to be symmetrical on the other side, like if you want to do like an asymmetrical look and it's a little bit different on this hand, I drew up this template on Procreate, and I also have a reference to the photo of the one that I recreated like not that long ago that has like a different color palette. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a reference on what the design we're going to be doing today is so that you guys can follow along with me. I wanted to do something a little bit different this time for my base, so I'm going to be using two different sheer polishes. I'm going to first use the Sunset Suede, and then I'm going to go on top with two Tula Suede, and I'm just going to be doing one coat of each. There are 3 French tips on this hand, and it's this finger, and this finger, and these two are solid fill-in colors. So we're just going to be putting these 2 base colors on these fingers. And this is how the 2 polishes look together. I really like how they turned out. But now we can move on to doing these 2 colors. And I'm just going to mix this D&D Snowflake color and then this pink color from this like Shein brand that I got. And then for this nail, it's just going to be this white color. Now it's time for the French tips, and I'm first going to start off with the red one, and then this one's not like a traditional like French tip, so I'll show you how I do that. But this one is, and this one is going to be a white French tip. I'm just going in with the 20mm brush to do the French tips. I cured the first coat for a full 60 seconds, so I'm going to show you guys how I do a second coat on a French tip. All I do is I just grab the brush from the color and I just paint it on. And I go over the edges a little bit. Now I'm going to take a round brush and then just clean up the excess that I put around here. If you went over a little bit too much, just grab a small little brush and then just smooth out the edges. And then that's how you do a second coat. Okay, now for the curved French tip, I'm gonna grab a 5mm brush. I'm gonna dip into this pink. I'm first gonna start off with just drawing out the outline of those little curvatures. I'm gonna start from about right here, and then I'm just gonna go like at a diagonal angle all the way down. Once you like how it turned out, you can just go in and start filling it in. Okay, now put this into cure for a full 60 seconds. Now just put it in to cure for another 60 seconds. Okay, now that I'm done with the base designs, I'm going to move on to doing the polka dots because I think it's the second most easiest design on the nail. Now it's time for the most complicated design, which is the swirl nail on the middle finger. I like using a 5mm brush when creating the swirl. I did 2 coats of the swirl and that's why it looks so vibrant, but now I'm just going to put some top coat on it so that I can do the little hearts without it having the texture from the swirl. Okay, you guys might notice something's a little bit different. You might be wondering, oh, what happened? I ended up filing the swirl nail off because after like looking at it, I think it was just too much red and not enough pink. Like it was looking like a peppermint swirl more than like, I don't know. I just wanted it to give more Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna redo it, but I'm gonna do the pink swirl instead with the white and then just do a little red star. I just think it's gonna end up looking a lot better. I'm gonna do that really quick so that you guys don't have to rewatch the whole process of me doing a swirl nail again. I just finished redoing the swirl nail and I definitely think that was the right choice because it looks a lot more coherent now. Like I'm in love with these a lot more. Now we can finally move on to this nail, which is the bear nail. And I have these charms that are from that first original set and then from my striped nail set that's in my first YouTube video, and I'm debating which one I should use. Like there's this one and I plan on painting the headphones. Then there's also this simple one. Like I don't know, like this one like I feel like is a good simple little look. But this one like it has the little heart. Like I'm so conflicted. I don't know, guys. Okay, this is how the bear looks with the little red ear muffins. It's so adorable and so cute. And then I fixed this one up. I added like a little bit more of a curvature towards the end of the mouth so that it looks like it's smiling more. But what I decided to do instead of having to choose between either one, I'm just gonna put a little piece of like extra 3D gel and just take photos and videos of both of them so that people have inspo for both. And this is the gel I use to create any 3D figures if anyone is wondering. Now I'm just going to put everything to cure for a full 60 seconds. The last step I'm going to do before applying the bears is applying some cuticle oil so that my cuticles don't look so dry from all the acetone. And this is the one I like to use. I got it from Amazon and it smells really good and it makes my cuticles look so nice. Ooh, I'm applying too much. And now I'm just going to go and clean up this oil carefully with some acetone. Both of the charms are so cute. I can't even decide which one I like more. So let me know down in the comments below which one you guys prefer. I'm so glad I decided to just end up doing both so that I can just switch out between them. Ooh, like oh my god, this one's so adorable. Like I literally can't decide which one's cuter. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and thank you so much for watching and tune in next week for another Gel-X video. Bye!